Welcome back to Cyberpunk Red Dark Skies, Series 7, and its zero session, entitled Mystery Truck. So last series, the group went on a couple of different adventures, mainly involving getting Anika back onto her feet after she was abducted by Militech at the behest of a rival fixer named Grease, who was ultimately killed and butchered by the crew and sold piecemeal to Ripper Docs, and some of the tech was used to acquire Anika's information and get her recovered. And then ultimately get her money back to her by dealing with a bank. That's true. You're right. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I will fix that. While I've got you there, are my audio levels coming in okay? Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Believe it. Okay, I will. Okay, I was gonna say ooh ooh is a confirmation, but yeah is more of. Okay, great. That being said, after that was said and done, Zigzag was met by Megan, Black Megan, who required his services as a fixer, not as an informant regarding other people. A strange play on her part, but she seems kind of psychotic, anyways. She also has offered money for information regarding her ex husband, Chase, aka so many names. Um, the point is the mission's simple. Um, Not too far from where you're at, there is a tractor trailer truck with a 18 wheeler kind of rig with a substance in the back end of it that she is wanting moved from Night City up north to Santa Cruz. Um, Bit of a drive, especially out in the Badlands, but you've got pretty solid access to a family, a nomad family, so maybe they've got secrets ins and outs. I know that that individual is not here for today's session. I will not be role playing that character. Instead, that character will be rallying up the family and getting everyone gathered for whatever assistance he can muster, and I'll work that out with David's on the side. But yeah, um, to you folks, it's the next morning. Zigzag, you're the kind of starter for this. So how would you like to proceed?
Um,
Again, the job regarding the truck is not something that you technically have to do. As we discussed last time, there are other jobs on the docket um, as well. So it's never too late to pull out. Well, it could be too late to pull out at a certain point. I've never. Well, okay, not never.
Oh, oh, oh.
Regarding the mission, I mean, of course. And
Of course.
I believe I just got bonked and sent to a horny jail. So that's where I live now. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Where are we right now?
So you would probably be at home. It would be the next day after you, or actually, you would have stayed there. Because if I remember correctly, everyone was partying with Anika, and it was the next morning that you were going to start planning. So Anika left, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so it's the morning after the party, and everyone's kind of like starting to wake up in the office.
Yep.
right, and I imagine Anika and Crystal would have left before everyone woke up with
Yeah, it was mid. It was like
um
mid morning or midnight, after midnight. in the
Yeah.
morning at some
Yeah,
point.
and Calvin was the one who took them, so that's why Calvin isn't here either.
Yeah.
I imagine he just went straight from dropping them off at Mickey's
Well,
to
if you do ultimately,
Gibson's.
like, if you start planning now and this is the job you want to go with, then yeah, you'll just call him as he's as he's out, and you know he's out, and just tell him to go ahead and fuel it up and take it out to the Nomad family. That'll work.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. Regarding,
I don't think Sugar knows anything about this plan yet.
right.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't.
Whoops.
I mean, Sugar thinks she's just gonna like sleep in.
Yeah, that's fair. Then I imagine Zigzag is just up, probably already drinking, waiting for the rest of them to wake up and address him.
Well, Zigzag, that was a whole thing. I'm gonna go home. See you later.
I do have another job, if you would like another opportunity.
I need another 6-pack of energy drinks, if that's the case.
There's plenty of time. I am making the arrangements with the family.
Then Icarus wakes up. He's loud about it, just like.
Finally, it is awake.
Hey,
Bonjour. So, as I was saying to Sugar, there is another opportunity if you are interested in continuing our work together. No?
yeah. I told Anika I'd help.
Fantastic. Et tu? There's the
The
Sugar.
Strikers is gonna sort of sit up from where he fell asleep and be like, "What's this said about another job?"
Oh, I thought you had. Never mind.
Riker has a distinct dream of riding his bike out to the apartment.
Oh fuck!
Hold on.
I did do that.
Let me explain because it's funny. But he did do that. Then he almost got caught by NCPD, used his knowledge of the city to escape, remembered he did not have his apartment key. He left it at Zigzag's office, came back, was let in by Sugar in the middle of the morning, and once he started like kind of moving to grab the item, he ended up going straight to the bathroom instead and vomiting, then crashing on the couch because he was drunk
Let's go with that. Yeah.
the whole time.
Did that happen?
It
Wait.
did now.
Wait. So were he and Icarus like just cuddling on the couch then?
Could be.
Because Icarus definitely passed out on the couch.
Striker strikes me as the kind of guy who sleeps in the kitchen because he likes the linoleum.
Yeah, like he took one pillow from the foot of the couch.
No.
Just one pillow, but he used it to keep it between his knees, not
Yeah.
under his
Oh,
head.
God,
so
yeah.
that way he
Yeah.
did like correct posture as he slept. Like wasted, he's still gonna maintain that back. He's an old man.
He just actually he pops his arm off and like
While all of this
puts
is
it on
happening,
the floor and like locks it in a certain position, and that supports his head.
The
Oh
cushion's
my
like
god.
oh yeah, that's really clever.
Also, because it's not comfortable. Because like when you're laying on your side, you wish that you could just like not have your arm there.
Yeah.
Well, he can't.
No.
Oh.
It's
just me.
It's not just you. I'm
I
also
like my arm where it is.
of the arm
So
removal
meanwhile,
department.
Sugar's gonna be like kind of messaging furiously on her agent. She's gonna be telling Quinta. Oh shit, Quinta. She's gonna be telling Quinta, I'm going on this trip. Don't wait up. Sorry, I haven't been home in a while. Don't forget to feed the cat. I don't know. Well, there's no cats. Never mind. Cats are extinct.
What?
What?
Oh wait, are they extinct yet?
Yeah, in 2045, there's basically no wildlife in Night City. There's wildlife in the world, but it doesn't live in Night City.
Well, they have.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
can they
like
have
I
like
imagine at this point there's a decent sequel to Nintendogs that's just cats that like you still
Yeah.
need to log in every day and like
Okay, can they
attend
have
to.
like a Tamagotchi cat?
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go. Tamagotchi.
for sure. In fact, there's probably like old software that's just like, some or newer stuff, but it's like really like rare material where you can actually brain dance someone petting a cat. So you can like feel the experience of their having
Aww.
been a cat.
This
So
is
don't forget to-
extremely upsetting.
Don't forget to feed the
And even a cat.
Tamagotchi.
That would catchy. $1 million idea.
And then also messaging her. I guess out of character. It's out in the open now, pretty much. Not in character, but out of character. She'll be also texting her Arasaka contact like, "Hey, I'm going on this trip. If you don't want to go on this trip, you better tell me like now. Otherwise, I'm going."
The reply back to you from the roommate is sure. Very just simple, straight to the point. The reply from the Arasaka contact is perfectly fine. When you make it back into the city, do not forget to stop by the ramen shop.
Okay.
Or rather, the point, which would be the ramen shop.
Okay.
So even though it's an encoded text line, they still use code. Because subterfuge. Okay.
It's all layers, man, all the way down. It's just layers, man.
The whole ass cake. What's a cake? Okay. And Icarus, regarding her having left, Zigzag says he has a job, but
Yep.
What's this job?
Well, like we were there when Zigzag was, or Icarus at least was there when Zigzag was telling Anika that he would like take over some of the jobs.
this isn't one of those jobs. This is the job that he was given in the middle of the night when someone just showed up.
Okay.
So everyone kind of heard, but didn't really get because some of you weren't exactly on a cognizant level.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, he's in.
okay. And then Stryker asked what the job was to Zigzag.
There is a truck that needs to be moved up the coastline. Likely 2-3 days thing. No?
Is that it?
There are things on the truck, of course. He gives a smile. But there's not like bodies or anything. It's just chemicals.
Just chemicals.
This time.
Just chemicals is pretty vague.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. I don't give a shit.
It's not live cargo. It's just chemicals.
Oh, they certainly don't pay us to ask too many questions.
When does it need moving?
Sooner rather than later. I've sent Calvin to go talk with the family about arrangement for security.
Who might be after this kind of chemicals?
Well, they were acquired through alternative methods, so there may be more than one type of person interested in it. Plus, you are moving outside of the city, so there are scavengers and there are other traders that will always looking to pirate the other goods, no?
Okay. What's the job pay?
That is really funny. I did not write it down in my notes.
You were paid
Uh.
20,000, so it's the fixer's discrepancy as to how much the punk gets paid.
The job should be easy, but it will take some time. It is 2 for each. No?
Okay.
If you
It
prefer, I am
works.
willing to transfer this one up front.
Well, that's two I didn't have this morning, so sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You see his eyes
Sure.
like look up and flutter for a second, and all three of you now have 2K extra.
You get a phone call, Zigzag.
Answer.
Hey, Statty. Calvin called ahead. I'm calling you since he's asking for direct family intervention. This is a job, right?
Of course.
He also sent over a couple of pictures. I don't know if he sent them to you. And as you kind of like are checking through your stuff, you do see you have an unread notice from Calvin. We've already messed with that truck. Why do you have it?
I have more contexts than you may be aware of.
No, yeah, that truck is supposed to be in Los Angeles.
And it was intercepted between there and here. And now it needs to move north.
No, it couldn't have been. Because I moved the truck to Los Angeles personally. I dropped the keys in the hands of the client. This was a job back with Anika. Way back when. You got Carbon there? You got you got Odette? What about that other one? Any of them would vouch?
Sugar.
No.
Yes.
I don't know Sugar very well. I'm talking
No.
about the first crew that Anika hired. So Calvin went to go and hang with Odette. Carbon.
Blank.
No. I'm trying to think who that party. I think it was just four. Yeah, I think it was just them.
I've
Odette,
not
Calvin.
been able to get a hold of Odette in some time, actually.
Point is they got the truck out to the smuggle point on the south border that we have, and then we moved the truck from the south border down to Los Angeles. Dropped it off in the hands of a fellow who said he was with the Tyrell Corporation.
Are you sure this is the same truck? Could there be...
Oh yeah, no, same truck. It's the same plates and everything. Crystal will probably know about it too.
Killing me.
But yeah. So where are we moving it to?
Santa Cruz.
Man, I did not take good notes.
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz, thank you.
Oh, okay. Just gonna keep moving this thing up and down California or something. What the fuck? Okay. Well,
I
if
suppose if you get paid every time, does it really matter?
I'll be honest with you, depending on how much you offer the family, is going to depend on how much support I give you. If you want us to do the whole job outright, I'm pretty sure you got a specific amount cut to you. 60 us, 40 you. I know fixers don't typically deal in low fractions, but I'll handle the job completely. You keep your money. Thanks for the job. We'll get it done. But if you're not willing to offer that, of course, you obviously have Calvin's help and maybe some assistance depending on how much you pay. Sound good? I know you
Of
typically.
course.
I know you typically deal with Calvin, but since you're hiring the family on something that's kind of our playing ground here, I'm going to request you directly contact me regarding matters.
Of course.
All right.
I apologize for the intrusion.
Oh, no. Not an intrusion. It's a job. It's an offer. This is good shit. Money's money. Got to keep the tires flowing with air. Okay, bye.
Wow.
I didn't know what to say. I was going to say keep the tires rolling, but then my brain was also thinking keep the gasoline flowing, and it became both, as things are like to do. But after speaking to Daddy,
So that was Daddy. I'm sure you were aware.
And
If you would like, there are other opportunities in the city. We could have the family take care of this for us, or if you would like the, are you set for brief? No. You are welcome to do the transport yourself.
I don't know how to drive.
That is what Calvin is for, and the family will provide a few others for support.
how old are you?
Sorry.
I'm 19. Why?
Thought you were younger than that.
Okay, that's creepy.
Rude.
Not your type at that age, no?
No, not like that.
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh, Grandpa, stop.
I don't want orders.
I'm barely old enough to be your dad.
Well, you look older.
Zigzag just bursts out, like spits whatever drink was in his mouth.
I thought you were younger. I thought you were older.
Perfect. Oh man.
Look, Zigzag, you put me in front of something that needs to get a net run, and I'll do it for you. You want to put me in the truck, take me where you need to take me. You need me to fire off my pistol into some gong. I'll do that. Just tell me how you want to do it, and I will do it. But also, I can't drive.
Of course, I would never ask you to do what you are not capable of. But there is another situation on the south side of the city if you are more interested in that.
Oh,
There's a black lace that is oh man, trying to be moved into Santa Dominga is what my notes say. God, I did a terrible job.
It's okay.
It's been like too many weeks.
Yeah, so there is Black Lace moving in from Santo Domingo, probably the 6th Street gang,
Yes.
and they are trying to basically sell bad shit.
And I would like to protect the
It's
users of the city.
it's presumed the lace is being processed in the dumps, which is the massive kind of green field of gross.
Over
That's
here,
just
right?
a massive junkyard. Finding anything in it is near impossible, obviously, but
and the job is to do what? To protect.
We are trying to get the tainted lace off the street.
make sure it stays off. Yeah.
Also, like out of character, 6th Street is like kind of like the
They're patriotic.
those
Let's go
couple-
ahead and say it that way.
they're what?
They're patriotic. Let's go ahead and say it that way.
Okay. They're patriotic.
Wink. Don't want to upset any potential incel. I mean,
Oh,
sorry,
no.
wrong word.
uh,
But you know who you are.
Lol.
okay. Yeah, I mean, if that's what we're doing. So, Icarus, Grandpa, are we doing this 6th Street thing?
Yeah, I'm game wherever you want me.
Pay is the same, he says to Stryker as soon as he opens his mouth.
Let's take care of the 6th Street thing. Let the family take care of the truck. They probably have a bit more experience transporting things outside the city anyway.
Of course.
All right. So
He'll actually just turn right from there and call Daddy right back.
yep, the arrangements are made. So the cut remains the same unless you're going to try and negotiate with him.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then yeah, simple enough. Calvin will come back when he's done.
Cool.
Okay. Now there was something that was said a moment ago, and I just want to make sure like you understand like a bit about the world you're in and like kind of what you're really kind of doing here. So Jijo had said that as Sugar, I can't drive, which is true right now, technically. However, we also did just complete a session, and something that you'll be doing in this portion and also dealing with the readiness for the next portion is spending your IP, of which you have, with everything that was completed last time, 680 IP points, which is a lot of IP.
Whoa.
Check into your it's a lot that I've had in the back burner and haven't given you, so you haven't received
You
IP.
said 680?
Correct. So a lot's happened there. The other thing you want to take into note is Sugar could have learned to drive, but there was no real opportunity that I would say would be like roleplay valid. But there is also another option, cybernetics. You don't have much time to purchase them, but if you're moving into kind of a more passive job, not drive a truck away job, there's a little bit more time. But some things don't require any kind of serious engagement. Sugar has a chipware socket, correct? Yeah, you can get skill chips and literally just the Matrix driving a car.
I think I mean, from like a player perspective, I feel like she's just too gay to drive. From
I didn't know.
Cyberpunk perspective, same.
Yeah,
probably.
John, learn your tropes.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. Okay.
This is homophobia.
Not that no, I didn't know. I didn't.
Hate
It's not
crime.
that I didn't know that she was gay, which was obviously discussed in the backstory. No, I knew that part. I didn't know there was a trope
John.
about gays not driving. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
You didn't know that trope?
I
That's
don't.
like critical.
I'm sorry.
I have never driven a day in my life.
My mom's best friend drives gaily forward constantly. We never go straight, we go gaily forward.
There you go. I don't know if I have a chip socket.
Chipware socket should be.
Is it
Neuralink.
part of the basic?
It should be in your Neuralink or Neuralware segment. If you don't have one, you don't have one.
I don't think I have one.
I would
need one.
Yeah, I would highly suggest if you want memory chips for data storage. Just using chipware sockets easy peasy. And it's not a bad hit. You can get it done in a clinic, which is a little bit more of a serious surgery, but it's not like a super surgery. Might be a day or two recovery, depending. So something to think about. But yeah, you have a lot of IP and a decent amount of money. if memory serves. So you may want to go through and like make some purchases. Also, you may want to do some reconnaissance and thinking about this job. So those are obviously going to be questions we can answer here as well. So this game is a bit more freeform. If you're buying something, great. If you have the money for it, great. The only things I ask is if you're trying to buy exotic items, you stop a second and ask permission because it may not be something you can get a hold of right. And then IP, figuring out how to spend that's right there in your book. Pretty boring.
What page? I'm scrolling.
I was about
If
to ask
it
the same
is,
thing.
if it is an exotic item, though, is there a chance they could ask me to
Yes.
try and find? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure everyone else knows that y'all have a hookup and that hookup be me.
So improvement points for IP, I believe is page 193. Uh, 408. Yeah,
Well,
Getting Better is the name of this segment on page 408. So yeah, just think about what you want to do. And also think about the mission at hand too, as you kind of build towards it. So that said, clearly identifying the mission as you understand it now. And I'm going to make sure you have kind of updated visual aid. So I'm zooming in. It's not zooming. So you can see that Santo Domingo is pretty big. It's kind of the southwest or southeastern kind of segment of Night City. It connects directly to highways out of the city and out west, so not towards any of the borders. It's probably the newest borough of Night City, mainly because it used to be just like a suburb of it, and it didn't work, so it had to become a city. Because, yeah, corporations like buildings, and they don't like people. Put more people in a building than a house. Point is, a lot of the suburb areas are still kind of lingering, as you can kind of see in here and here. And said gang's main kind of location, 6th Street, is well known. 6th Street would be, or again, this variation of Night City is this street. You see it okay?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, great. So it's this street. Okay. So, that said, it falls to you. Again, the whole city's your playground. Is there anything you'd like to do in the lead up?
I feel like it would probably be a good idea if Icarus got some sort of cybernetics.
Entirely up to you.
I do have a guy.
Just cool.
In truth, it'd probably be Odette.
I do have multiple guys.
Okay.
Okay. So, Zigzag, any thoughts on the setup for the mission?
Oh man, no. I usually let the solos do that.
Elizabeth asked for you to buy her a railgun.
That seems excessive, Elizabeth. How much would that be?
A railgun?
Yeah.
Not too much. I think it's 5,000.
Oh, that's really not as bad as I thought.
I've got like something in the back of my throat. It's really pissing me off. 5,000 eddies.
No.
The Rheinmetall EMG 86 railgun. Ignores all armor of SP 11 or lower. Use it with a heavy weapon skill. It requires a body of 11 to be able to shoot it. She would just be, she's on like a hunt for all of the, the only thing she needs is the handgun. Or not the handgun, sorry, the Constitution Arms Hurricane Assault Weapon, which also requires strength of 11. And then she has the whole set.
How do I use my IP to apply to skills and points?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's discuss that real quick. And again, sorry, boring stream for those who are.
Because I'm looking at my thing and I'm
Yeah.
looking at my thing.
So okay, you are going to be looking at page 411. So
I'm there.
when you're spending improvement points, first we need to find out where you're at with the skill. Okay. So let's say you're wanting to buy a brand new, regular, just simple, typical skill ability. And you want to raise that from a 0 to a 1. That'll cost you 20 IP. Now, let's say you wanted to raise it from a 0 to a 2. It would cost you 20 to raise it to a 1, and then it would cost you 40 more to raise it to a 2. Each tier has a cost. So it's not, oh, I want to be at 5, I just pay 2, or I want a 5, I just pay 100. No, you pay 20, then you pay 40, then you pay 60, then you pay 80, then you pay 100. So in truth, that would be 200, 300 to get from 0 to 5. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to new skills, I like you to kind of have an idea of like, yeah, I kind of did something like that. But you don't have to focus that in that way. Like maybe just a skill you've been thinking about or been practicing on the side. Absolutely fine. We don't see these characters' full lives, so. Now, some skills require 2 times the number spent, and those skills are clearly marked in your sheet. And then lastly, if you want to raise your roll ability rank, same rules apply, it's just the cost is pretty fundamentally high.
How are they marked?
They should have a 2 times notation on it. Hold on. Character sheet, skills. Edit. Oh, strange.
Yeah, it's not on the sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere.
Well, it is on. Let's see. Sorry, bear with me here. Skill list, page 130. Yep, it's on page 130. And if it's 2 times multiplier in that skill list, it'll have a ×2. It'll also kind of give you a short description of what the skill does.
Okay, so I just gotta we just hit edit in the section and then just bump the skill up, subtracting whatever IP it costs.
Correct.
Okay.
And again, yeah, like for each level, it's new cost of new level. So you have to buy each individually.
Gotcha.
And this is not a bad opportunity for some. I believe everyone here has a 6 in roll rank. You could raise that to a 7 for 420.
I was at 4. Oh my god.
Oh, shit, how do we raise that?
It's 420 IP to go from a 6 to a 7.
Well, I mean, under what button in Roll20?
So roll 20 is weird. If you go into see, that's I typically put it in custom for skill. Because there isn't a space in this character sheet for it. Which is aggravating. Sorry for the yawning.
Okay, interface is huge for me, so I'm going to take that.
Cool.
So if I want, so during a net run, if I am trying to take over a, they're not called turrets. What are they called?
Yeah, turret. Like
a
an
turret?
automated turret.
What skill do I need to be able to shoot it?
It's interface. So whenever you're doing anything with like that, it's related to that. It's effectively
Still
video
interface.
gaming.
All right, cool.
In my opinion. Heavy weapons, the skill is more about being able to kind of like hold the weapon right, shoot the weapon correctly. With a automated system, it's kind of included in the mount of the weapon.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody know offhand if heavy weapons is a 2x? I mean, if handgun is a 2x skill? Before I scroll
It's not.
away. Okay.
The only skills for firearms, I believe that are archery and is it rapid fire? My brain's not remembering the name of the skill. It is. Excuse me. Range weapon, archery, and auto fire. I think. Double check heavy weapons. Oh, perfect. Never mind. To myself. So yeah, like I was saying, the handgun's good. Riveting TV here. Archery isn't ×2. I lied to you there too. Just auto fire and heavy weapons. Heavy weapons is ×2. Okay. Any questions about the area? I know I threw a bunch of numbers at you right off the bat. Do this chore. But make it interesting. Our 2 viewers need to know.
So the area we're going into, you said it's like a sort of newer suburb type area ish.
No, it's newer in the city aspects of it, but it's built over top suburbs. So the suburbs are still kind of out there, but from what it looks like, construction is kind of being done. They're trying to kind of build up more city-like structures. There's like an industrial segment, kind of in the middle, like here-ish, and they're just trying to kind of build out of the main city proper and kind of push stuff out. But like, yeah, you can kind of see the residences. Like, these are just fuck knows whose house is.
Can I test my macro?
Sure. It's a good waste of a shot.
Fuck my life.
Your skill
Man.
level is
7 now.
Okay.
Was a 5 before. So that's it. I've used up all my punti.
cool. And then cash wise, just determine if there's anything that you want to get.
Oh. Oh. Do we have a couple of days?
Yeah. Again, time is again up to you, and we're not really dealing with time in like a linear fashion. We're really just discussing kind of what you're doing, getting ready for the job. So also information about the job is going to be happening during. The only time where we're going to actually care about like days and being in a linear fashion is if someone says I need to get my arm cut off, you know, and replaced, or if I need to have my eyes gouged out and replaced. The regular stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Do it. Do the cute thing. Yes. Cyber cat. White. Scratchy booty. This is riveting TV. But good for me, because I'll have this. I'm sorry, buddy. Because I'll have it all on video. Any questions about the area though? Besides?
Not yet. So Cyber Eye has Clinic under the install.
Okay. You have one already?
I don't have Cyber Eyes.
Okay. So, for a clinic stay on top of the regular costs for the cybernetics, it's also 500 eddies to pay for the surgery. For the surgeon, they have to be relatively skilled. And regarding recovery, 1 second here. Both procedures take about 4 hours, and if failed, destroy the cyberware and waste 2 hours of operating time. If you have no issue destroying the cyberware in the process, you can reach for your machete and have that cyber arm in your pack in a minute. Just remember, it will have to be repaired before it's any use. Your patient suffers humanity loss for the installation, which will be rolled. You would need, for a clinic stay, it's outpatient. For a hospital stay, it's inpatient. So
if I
Go
so,
ahead.
so
Go ahead.
cash wise, I can afford everything I want.
Yeah.
So I want to do 2 Cyber Eyes and a Cyber Socket.
Okay. I would say that would take 1 day for the eyes and then 1 day for the socket. They won't do both on the same person, I don't think. Actually, yeah, you could find a person who could cut you up. Okay, cool. Do you want to do it with a random, like river doc that you find, or do you want to do it with one that's suggested by Zigzag? It'd probably be Odat. Or possibly Tark.
That's terrifying. Either way.
You've met them
Right?
both.
Oh my god.
They do good
Well,
work. It's not what you want.
I'm not really sure which one is less likely to like gut me and sell my organs.
Well, either way, whoever you choose, the person you don't choose, I'm going to tell them about it. And I'm going to tell them that the other Ripper dog was chosen over theirs. So, who do you want to make sad? Stephanie or Dan?
Ooh, I love the drama.
Just got interesting.
Definitely gonna go with Odette.
Okay, so you're getting it done by Odette.
Yes.
Okay,
so
great.
my character, I'm metagaming. I'm just gonna put it out there because I think my character would have gone with Dan, but I just want to bully Dan. So we're gonna go with Odette.
Perfectly fair. All right, so I'm going to roll a surgery check for each one of those. I need to hit a 15 on
God.
each. I will not spend my luck on this because it's not my character and she's currently functioning as an NPC. However, you're doing it all in one day, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to spend luck on it? And I need you to determine which roll, first roll, second roll, or third roll before I roll them, you spend luck on.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at my luck. I have to find it. Ew. Is there any way to increase luck?
No, there's no way to increase attributes other than the physical ones. Wish I had known that at the beginning. Yeah, I get that a lot.
Let's spend 2 luck on the first roll.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, first roll. More than enough. Second roll, no luck, right? You're just trying to see what the bonus is. Oh, I see you.
I'm not.
No luck.
No luck.
Good. And this is for the memory chip. So the explanation is you kind of go in there very nervous after Zigzag suggests going to Odette's chop shop, which isn't hers right now. She's actually working out of someone else's. She's saving up to get her own. She should actually work more. But she's doing work for this guy on the side. So you go in. She specifically kind of bit you in because Zigzag suggested you come in. And when she kind of sits you down onto the surgeon's chair, kind of looks down at the chart of everything you filled out already back in the waiting room, she says, "Okay, great." Shuts the tarpaulin curtain behind her, and then like blue tarp, like this is not a nice looking establishment. You can definitely see that there's like a lot of dark stains in the tile work beneath you. But as she closes the curtain, she says, "Let's get started." And her hands break open and the blades kind of start sliding towards you. And everything kind of goes black from that point.
So I will say this. This has occurred at least once. I think in every campaign that I've ever played with you is sugar peas a little bit as this is occurring.
Yeah, so you would wake up and everything would feel different. Definitely kind of a numbing agent still present. But you do notice that your seeing is going to be augmented by whatever modifiers you had put into the cyber eyes. And those would have been installed as well. That said, I need you to roll however much humanity for all of those to start pipping them down.
I think that's 6 DC. Can I roll it all together?
Well, you should be able to click on it. If you drag and drop the cyberware in there, it should have already put in a calculator. There might be a roll button in there for you to click, and then it'll replace the thing with that.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. Well, that's happening. Icarus, are you going to get cut up, or do you have plans otherwise?
I can't find the cybernetics in here, so I'm just kind of doing my skill points right now. But I don't know, maybe better armor would be a good idea too.
Okay. I will note, heavier armor does reduce your functionality in combat a bit, so just keep that in mind as well.
Okay.
It makes you harder to kill, but it also makes you not as competent a soldier.
Okay then. Never mind.
Well, it's not a bad option. I guess the best way to kind of visually express it is if you've ever seen the third installment of John Wick.
That's
Like-
the only one I haven't seen.
Okay. They've got these armored guys in there, and they are very slow to move. They don't really have a great field of vision. The reaction time's a bit off, and John Wick basically goes around and just moitas them all. It's a John Wick film.
As he is wont to do.
Yeah. He gets a shotgun with like slugs. It's fun. It's fun. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I'll have to do more research on the implants and whatnot.
That's a bit. How's your the options inside the cyber eyes also have humanity loss. So whatever options you put in your eyes. But yeah, not buying any surgeries, right, Icarus?
Oh, sorry, they said Chris.
I don't know.
I see it. Okay.
Where do I find the?
So there's a lot of options purchase wise, and if you're going for cyberware, the best place to start looking would be well, in the book, of course.
I think it's 358 is where the cyberware starts, or
Yeah.
like where the yeah 358 is going to be the best breakdown.
Okay.
I remember they used to have a chapter that was just putting the oh, there it is, putting the cyber into. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can also find it on page 111. And it'll be in pretty easy charts. I think they're both the same chart. Okay, so how's your humanity doing?
Great. That's good.
So good. You're like, now I'm starting to understand Stryker. It's no nonsense robotic like attitude.
Okay, I am at 3 empathy.
Okay. So yeah, you come out of it feeling a bit more in the shell, or less in the shell, and more part of the machine. Definitely feel like you're much closer connected to the net at this point. And you can see net architectures without having to put on a bulky set of goggles.
Fuck, a goggle.
All right,
They have a cyber eye you can shoot darts out of.
they do.
Eh.
They have a samurai you can shoot darts out.
Eh.
They used to have everything, man. You name it, it was in a Chromebook. Some of it kind of got left over in here, even though it's like just meme worthy. Like is it fashion wear? No, it's an internal cyberware. The Mr. Stud or Midnight Lady sexual implants.
Please don't ever tell Icarus about these.
I don't think they're a secret. There's probably ads like all over the city.
Yep.
He is a precious baby.
He is a precious baby who got this spoiled years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
There are no precious babies in Cyberpunk.
I believe, yeah, one of the advertisements incoming now. But, yeah. Absolutely a thing. Any other things that you're thinking about?
Be careful with the Mr. Stud though, because if it malfunctions,
It'll burn like
Your-
you wouldn't believe.
your wiener is gonna be on fire.
Okay,
I'm pretty
So
sure
the-
that was just a malevolent netrunner who was just like, all right, heat.
It was sugar.
Yeah, burn the dick off.
I am
Now look here,
genuinely
Grandpa.
concerned. The fuck, cyber snake?
Were you looking for a pet?
No, this is a throat esophagus
Oh.
mounted tentacle weapon.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, actually.
No, no, thank you.
There's also other PDFs. I don't have them all available to me like right offhand. If in your travels you want to go and look, Artos Orient has a bunch of PDFs that they call DLC, and I'm pretty cool with all of that shit. They've got cyber chairs, so like if you know, yeah. There's also I think older guns from like the Morgan book. There's Elfline's accounts. It's stupid stuff like that.
I wouldn't suppose we've got time enough for therapy.
Time is your situation, so like however much time you want to spend. How much therapy are you looking at getting?
Standard humanity loss.
Okay.
So it's about a week of intensive therapy. Can Odette be my therapist?
No,
It's
absolutely
the
not.
worst idea.
She's a med tech. Come
She's-
on.
He's also
she's not-
borderline psycho.
She's not a behavioral med tech.
Oh, she's also a psycho.
Okay.
So you know the best way to help you with your issues and your emotions is just cut out that frontal lobe. I can just reach in with my nails right through the sides of your eyes.
Sugar's like, yeah, okay.
You don't even need it. We could put a computer in there. You're like, you're selling me. You're selling me. And I hate that you're selling me, but you're selling me.
So the skin weave says that if your armor is ablated, all sources of SP in that area are ablated.
Correct.
So like if my armor gets wiped out, also my skin.
The armor in your skin, yeah.
Weird. Okay.
I love the like visceral discomfort of Magpie.
Just cyber snake. It's literally described as horrifying throat / esophagus mounted tentacle weapon.
Yep.
What?
That's pretty cool.
I'm just trying to like,
Visualize
is
it.
it on the outside or is it like come out of your mouth
It
or
comes out.
like you just blah, 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 blah.
It's like a xenomorph.
It lines the
it-
esophagus.
It's like Orochimaru or some shit.
No. Okay, it's the best way to think about it, and this is pretty gruesome, but it's like a tube that goes down the esophagus and kind of is lodged into the esophageal wall. And then when you require it, it comes out through like mechanism while still staying attached to the interior and shooting out at your opponent. It's less fun when you explain it with more detail.
No.
And eventually you just have to get over the fact that there's metal inside of your throat all of the time.
I work in medicine. That's
Yeah, I mean, I put worse things down my throat.
Magpies and visceral reactions.
I was gonna make the I was gonna try and stick the obvious joke with Mr. Stud reference, but
Nope, that's what I'm here for.
alrighty. I like the eyeball options, but I don't know that he wants to have his eyeball taken out.
Sure it does. Look, who needs a gooey organic eyeball when you can have rock hard, mechanical eyeball instead?
Mechanical eyeball.
Okay.
I agree. On mechanical eyeball. You buy guns.
Oh, I like guns.
Exotic weapons are a bit pricier, and again, like I said, they're harder to find.
Where's the guns section?
Yes.
I'm looking at guns, and I'm on page 93 down. Medium pistol, heavy pistol, very heavy pistol, SMG, heavy SMG, shotgun, assault rifle, sniper rifle, bows/crossbows, grenade launcher, rocket launcher. And then the exotic weapons are air pistol, battle glove, Constitution Arms Hurricane assault weapon, dart gun, flamethrower, Kendachi Mono 3, which is a mono edged blade. Malorian Arms 3516, which one is already in the party. They're also probably outside your price range, to be honest, Gerald. Or except for Zigzag. The microwaver.
Yo, don't go be putting me on blast like that.
Militech Cowboy U-56 grenade launcher, Rhine Metal EMG 86 railgun, which we have a specific request for in the chat. Please get railgun for Crystal. Get a railgun and share it with Crystal, please. A Shrieker, Stun Baton, Stun Gun, Tsunami Arms, Helix. And then, let me see. Cyberpunk Red DLC guns.
Whoa, there's DLC.
They call it DLC, yeah, they're dork. Some of it's like missions, some of it's random like nonsenses, mini bosses, elf lines, as we discussed, Night City Tarot, a conversion guide for their jump start.
Hey, Zigzag, are you okay with us spending enough time for me to get therapy, or do we need to get moving? Because I'll be okay, but if I have time, then I'd rather do it now than later, but it's not urgent.
We can take a week.
Okay.
Out of character, that also lets Calvin do the run with the family while the rest of us do whatever we need to for a week. I am going to spend that week trying to find a railgun.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a streetwise check. And I found it. I think. Yep.
18.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to find one. The unfortunate fact of the matter is, though, the weapon in question, due to its rarity, at this specific time, is being sold for 5 times cost.
Ooh.
And the person you're purchasing it from is an individual you know as Grip. He's kind of a gun mover. Smuggler gets guns into the city, gets guns to places they're not supposed to be, gets guns into combat zones, which are, according to the law, not supposed to have weapons. And he says, "Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are buying up the higher priced weaponry. It's been kind of headache. Not been seeing any, action from it out in the world, but yeah."
What if I were to? Are you having difficulty with other exotic weapons, or is it just the railgun?
Oh no, everything, all of it. Militech, Arasaka weapons, anything. If it's not, pretty standard, it's pretty annoying to get. Look, are you really set on this thing?
I do have many uses for it. No.
Okay. If you promise that all your purchases for like the next month or so are going to be through me, because I know you move a bit, you and Anika move around a bit through folks throughout the city, but if you purchase straight from me, I'll get you whatever you need, and I'll put this one to you at a discounted price. 10,000 eddies. Get you this railgun right now. Extra 2,000 and I'll get you the ammunition too.
About this. He pulls out his microwaver from a subdermal pocket.
Okay. He says, his eyes kind of go wide as he says it.
I have this. We say 10,000 for the gun and the ammo. No?
Deal.
That should be fair trade.
Yeah, deal.
If he's selling at 5x price, that's 4x price for the 2K. He still makes a profit offloading that.
That's
And
why
I
I said,
imagine
okay.
he's not giving 5K to other people or 5x like to other people. If
Make a
they're-
human perception roll.
Yeah. $17.
His eyes lit up like it was Christmas when you pulled out the microwaver. And you know what a microwaver is good for. It's good for dropping down cyberware and like electronics. So it would seem that this person has an unnatural or at least heightened fear of chromed individuals that you seem to, the reason why he wants it may not be for resale.
Of course, but that'll give us a bit of goodwill too. And honestly, I haven't pulled the thing out in 5 sessions, 6 sessions.
I don't think I've
feel
ever seen
like-
you use it.
Yeah, I've just had it on the sheet for, like I said, 5 or 6 sessions now.
Yeah.
I haven't touched the damn thing. So that's what I'll do.
Okay, fair enough. The Rhine medal comes with a total of 30 shots.
Okay, so there might be a gift in Anika's bedroom when they get back.
Okay. There's literally no one in this group right now who can shoot it.
No,
Okay.
unless she left her linear frame.
She did not.
I know, but that's fine. Better to get it now while I can.
You could always put someone else in a linear frame.
True. If Stryker or anyone else is interested, I could look for another linear frame.
And if Odette were here, she does have a body of 11.
Can I look for either linear frame, the Sigma or the what is it? Can't remember what the other version is. Some other Greek letter. Gamma, alpha, beta.
Sure. Yeah, that.
But I just want to.
Do you want the highest end of the Borg?
I am looking for both.
Okay. So the implanted linear frames are for in the body.
Right.
The linear frame. So there's the beta and the sigma. Beta raises your strength to 8. Sigma raises your strength to 11. or body to a body to.
Right.
That's weird. What is the linear frame? Why is the linear frame beta more expensive than the Sigma? Oh, sorry. Beta's 14 body. Beta's 14 body. Sigma's 12.
Okay. Crystal has only a beta though, right? If I remember correctly. Or
No,
she has a Sigma?
She has Sigma. So she's got the 12 body. And then the beta is a 14 body. So the beta's better than the Sigma. Betas are better than Sigmas. Just keep pissing off all the toxic males in this audience that I don't have.
Elizabeth, are you a toxic male?
She's a beta.
She's a beta.
No, I think Liz has that alpha grind set. You know,
No,
Hustle. Keep
gotta
the
hustle.
alive.
Big girl boss energy, right?
she's saying she was
Big
dragged.
girl boss energy.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I've got under my cyberware, I've got a cyber eye that currently has 8 out of 3 slots filled. I'm gonna assume that's not correct.
Yeah, no, that should not be accurate. Yeah. Oh wait, no, hold on. Sorry. Let me double check your sheet because I think you actually did get something goofy.
I'll take it.
Go into your cyberware. Hold on. Uh, no, yeah. I remember why. You found a Kendot or a really expensive one. What are they called? Shinigami.
Shin
eyes.
Megami Tensei.
No, I was going for a Grimes reference. Let's see. A Cyber Eye, Katoshi. The Katoshi's. It was the Katoshi prototype.
I'll take it.
Well, you already have it. It's already in your face.
Oh yeah, I mean I will keep it.
Yeah, and like I was
Could
saying,
Could I buy another arm?
yeah, you can buy as many arms as you like.
Heck yeah.
I was trying to say too, like when I gave you Zed, it is functionally pretty stylistic. It's like Blue Moons from the video game. I'll post it here. Karoshi, not Katoshi. I'm bad at talking sometimes. Everybody knows that about me.
Oh baby girl.
Did everybody see that link I posted in the chat?
Yes.
It's a PDF. It should have older guns. If you're a handgun user, I highly suggest trying to get a Nova Model 757 City Hunter because it's a classic. It's one of my favorite guns ever. It's what I imagine the Moth Tamer was from Ghost in the Shell. If you aren't familiar with that show, then I mean, I don't watch anime. I clearly stated that earlier today. But yeah, the Nova Model 757 City Hunter is
I don't think I believe you on that.
on the what the anime.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I've never seen Ghost in the Shell.
So confession, I actually haven't seen Ghost in the Shell.
Well, you're missing out.
I know. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I literally just have one goal in a Cyberpunk game, like all the stuff happening and stuff aside. I have one goal, one dream, and it's to replicate the last fight of that movie at a meaningful point in like a Cyberpunk game. Every time I've tried in the past, the party always dies. They pulled like a cheap suit. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it. Oh, forget you. Yeah, I watched the. I was about to forget that movie though. Like joking aside, the movie sucked. The Ghost in the Shell, like live action, it was not very good.
Because I have just the switching, the arm switching thing. Do I need to take into account humanity loss when, like, if I just buy another arm?
No.
Ghost
what?
in the Shell
Yeah.
with renowned Asian American actress Scarlett Johansson.
Well, this is my fairness point. In fairness, she is supposed to be like a sculpted android. She's not supposed to be an actual like person, physically, featurely. She's supposed to be basically featureless, like from everything I remember of the manga. So everyone else is, if you look at the drawing style, is distinctly drawn to look like they're Japanese, whereas she is drawn in like the anime phase kind of picturesque way. But again, I agree. It probably would have been better if they just cast all, Japanese people.
I was told that
Scarlett Johansson is just like a featureless mask.
No, I know.
well, I was told that the main character, like, I forget, I don't know the girl's name, but the main girl in Ghost in the Shell, she was
Motoko
supposed to be,
Kusanagi.
yeah, she was supposed to be modeled after like a Russian person,
Yeah.
which Scarlett Johansson, I don't know her nationality.
Well, the thing is yeah, Motoko she is not a person anymore, except for like a brain case. Like they literally pulled a person out, and she should have known. I don't think she ever had an issue with knowing who she was. Although I haven't caught up on a lot of it. It's been a long time since I've read it, so I might be wrong. But yeah,
Okay.
point is, it probably would have been better with anybody else in the role because she was deadpan, not good.
So, am I able to get cyber audio and a cyber eye, or is that
You can get what
That's
you
not-
want. So like we were just talking, like a clinic, you can pop in and get a clinic done. If it's a hospital stay that's required for whatever surgery you're getting, it's going to take a little bit longer because it's an inpatient stay. But for a clinic,
clinic?
you go in, it's 500 eddies per installment, and then you pay the cost of what it is. They cut you up and shove in parts.
For some reason, the book says 100 EVs for cyber eye.
That's just for the eye.
Okay, and then it's 500
For the surgery.
to install. Okay.
And then your
So-
eye has like install or things inside of it, socket slots.
Yeah, I picked a couple.
Okay. So you're going to pay for all of those. The only thing that needs to be installed is the eye, is the way I do it, unless you're modifying the eye while it's installed. So they're going to make the eye what it is, and then they're going to put it in there.
Okay, and then the cyber audio.
Sure. Same thing. It's clinic, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So while they're cutting your eye open, they're also going to pop in the ear. I assume Sugar and Icarus kind of go in, relatively similar times.
Yeah.
So one of you is probably sitting outside. I would assume Icarus would be sitting outside waiting as Sugar's.
Or Odette is operating on both of us at the same time.
I wouldn't allow it. It's cool as heck. I do like the visual, but the problem is like she does have a bunch of hands and everything. She does not have multiple faces and eye sockets. Like if she
Rule of cool, John. Rule of cool.
I think she's also just like eating a sandwich in between, switching between the two.
You know what? Forget it. Fine, sure, whatever. It doesn't matter in the frame of things. Yes,
Thank you.
she is eating a sandwich off of a mantis blade as she's cutting you open with her shredders and getting to the work. So if that's the case, Icarus, I'm going to make 3 rolls. Right? No, sorry. You're doing 2 eyes or 1 eye?
One eye.
Okay, one eye and one cyber audio. Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 rolls. Do you want to spend any luck before I get into it? You can spend it for the first roll, or spend it for the second roll, or spend some for the first roll, spend some for the second roll.
And I get what, 6?
Whatever your luck is, yeah.
I don't know where my luck is anymore.
Top of the sheet. Top right.
Oh, 5. I will do. Where the fuck? I'll do 2 for each.
Okay. So first one's gonna have a +2 to it, and the second one's gonna have a +2 to it. We need 15s. First one hits because of the luck. Second one hits. So yeah, she cuts you both open and installs the items. Okay.
Okay.
And I need to just update her sheet again. That's 500 per installment. It's not 500 for the visit. Just want to notate that. Okay, good.
Yep.
So then she is getting 25%, and that would be 500 times 5. 250 times 0.25. So she gets 625 eddies for the work. And the house keeps the rest.
Okay, how do I add the little doodads to the slot?
You just drag and drop them, and then you should be able to click unlock and move them around.
Okay. Shit, which ones did I pick again? Oh.
Okay. Striker, you've been pretty quiet, but it sounds like you're making purchases.
Yeah, I'm trying to. How do I add a new arm into my list? So I hit edit and add, but that just is trying to add features to.
If you go up to the top right, click on the letter I at the top, you should be able to type in CyberArm in that search function there. And then once you have it, just grab it and pull it and drop it into the character sheet.
Okay, gotcha.
Zigzag, any crazy purchases from you?
Yo, I wish you had told me about this fucking DLC before.
It is relatively recent. I can't remember when it definitely released between old Dark Skies and new Dark Skies. So
Okay, but look at the Discord chat and click the link.
It's pretty cool, the cyber chair.
I think I
Oh.
want one.
yeah, they're pretty cool. Cyber chairs are awesome.
Yeah, especially since you can equip cybernetic attachments to it.
Yeah.
So like that won't affect humanity.
Right.
Slap a couple of arms on there.
They're pretty cool.
John,
They are cool.
What's up?
I need a role for my therapy for my therapist.
Okay.
Right?
Roll a d10.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No. No.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. What was the difficulty value? Difficulty value.
15.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
That's a
Oh my.
that'll work.
My humanity is 7.
Your humanity is 7?
Yeah,
Did you roll them or did you just take what you got?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
Then she didn't roll
Go into your character sheet.
them.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
God, that means the rolls could be worse.
Or better.
He just wakes
they
up
are
and
better.
just tries to murder people, I guess. I don't.
0 is cyber. Oh, yeah, I think you have a 0 empathy, don't you? You do.
Sure do.
Well, roll because it might be lower.
Yeah. So it might
I
be
don't know
higher.
how to do that.
Go to your cybernetics and then open them up, and you should see that there's a HL dice characteristic. Do you see where it
Is
says
that
that?
it? Is that what I just did?
You click the
Yeah.
word roll. Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, your new humanity loss. If that was for your cyber audio suite, is that right?
Yeah.
It'll change to 6. So we're 1
Okay.
lower. That's good. Now do your cyber optics.
Fuck with life.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And then you need to roll for each of the things that are inside of your cyber eye as well.
Oh no.
Doesn't even look like you've added those to your sheet. But based on the fact that you have a 4 empathy, I'm gonna pause in Sands of Time real quick, since this is your first time playing Cyberpunk and I'm being really nice. Do you want to not get one of those things? Like maybe don't get the cyber eye, since it's a big drain on your very low empathy score. Okay, cool. So go ahead and just erase the cyber eye from existence. And for that benefit, I'm still going to force you to have paid for the cyber.
I don't care.
I'm kidding. No, you keep the money. The cyber eye.
100.
That's funny. Yeah, your
We could
empathy
just chalk it up to like Odette is like so overwhelmed by doing surgery on 2 people at the same time while eating a sandwich that she just forgets to pluck out your eye.
Well, Icarus being like a baby and not understanding
Oh.
Night City, probably thought they had the gusto to go in here and actually do cybernetics, and the thought of having their eye ripped out as he watched Sugar get both of hers gouged out and replaced probably made.
He was just like, no.
The sound of skull being scraped as they kind of ready the socket for the intake. Yeah. Immediate.
So,
no thanks.
yeah. Do I have to roll for anything that's in the cyber audio?
The cyber audio has humanity loss. Did you add stuff to it?
Yeah, I wanted to do like amplified hearing and level dampener.
Yeah, just drag them and drop them onto your sheet, and then they should also have HL dice. Yep. So they're already set at 3, but you're gonna roll these.
It's
bug
it's
detector.
not letting.
Bug detector is locked on 2. It's a 2 period, but you should be able to roll the amplified hearing.
It's not letting me add level dampener.
Okay, 1 second.
Like.
Hold on. That's strange. Yeah, that's strange. Okay, well, I can just try. Hold on. Go ahead and roll the amplified hearings dice. Oh.
Oh, yay. I'll take it.
Okay, stop moving your sheet. Hold on. This is 2. Oh, I see. There is actually a roll for the bug detector as well, but hold on. Okay, so you should have a level damper and you should have a bug detector. Both are on there, and they should also have humanity dice with them, so go ahead and roll those as well. Level damper rather.
Oh man, come on now.
So yeah, 7, 13 total loss. I think that puts your empathy at 2, 1 even.
1.
Okay, yeah, you're pretty cold and dead, so therapy probably a good option. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and look up the costs. Jijo should be able to help you out with that.
Where's that at?
Jijo, you were just on therapy, right?
Yeah, therapy is depending on what you're getting, is either 500 or 1,000. If you want to recover 2d6 of humanity loss, you do the 500 one, and the DV is 15. Oh, plus $100 eddies worth of materials. So I guess the total is 600.
And that gives me how much?
2d6.
And how
Back.
much is the extreme humanity loss? The
The extreme
1,000.
humanity loss is 1,500, and you roll 4d6. The DV is higher by 17. I mean, is the DV is 17.
Okay. Where's the DD?
Difficulty value should be listed in that listing.
So if so you'll have to roll a d10
Yep.
plus the whatever skill of the therapist,
Which I have.
which in game is me, and so it should be like a 15 or a 16.
Close.
Skill.
Okay, so it would be 1,100
Yeah, and you can spend luck on this as well.
eddies.
So
Okay.
you're gonna roll 1d10, and if you want to spend luck on the dice roll, you can.
Okay, I think I have
1 left.
1 left. Okay, so yeah, might as well. So 1d10.
Yep. Okay, roll another d10. Oh no, sorry. Striker threw out an initiative, got me confused.
That was by accident.
No worries. 9 is great. You don't need to roll another one. Okay, more than sufficient. You spend a week. Shijo, you probably go to the same facility. Or not facility. Yeah, it is a facility, behavioral health facility. Sounds so terrible. But yeah, you go there and you get your stuff done.
Okay, and how much do I get back?
46.
Ooh.
So all of it.
Okay, and how do I fix that
Change
on
all
my
your
sheet?
humanity losses to 0 on the items.
Okay.
Apparently, Jijo, the therapist in game, is amazing. It was a 14. 8 plus 6. Okay. All purchases made.
Do I need to do anything with the? I purchased a new arm. Do I need to like roll anything for that?
No.
Okay.
Again, because it's just an arm you're fitting into the socket.
Gotcha.
Humanity loss is not intended or going to be placed there.
I need to change that then.
Basically, whatever the humanity loss of the arm that is the highest is the one that will be the one that you go with. But yeah.
So, question: I still have -7 from my Wolvers.
Yep.
Does that reduce any of that?
Yeah. So if any humanity loss that's on the board can be reduced.
Okay. Shit, I lost track.
So hold on. You had 7 for the Wolvers, right? 6, 12, 13, 20. You should still have, if you reduce the Wolvers and the new stuff that you just got, you should have 3 leftover therapy. So you can clear all your humanity loss, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to roll my 2d6.
You have 3 of them, right, Gina?
No, just one 2d6 for my therapy.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
Not bad.
Are you really getting a cyber share?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
He's my baby boy again.
They're cool, but yeah, like buying the base frame is fine and all, but then buying all this stuff that goes on to them is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But they are rad.
We get another really big payout, maybe, but
Yeah.
not right now.
Okay. Any other purchases? Anything else that you're doing?
I think I'm all good.
Okay. Balls in your court, folks. So, anything can happen during the in-between. The only people who kind of have like a set thing that they have to do every day is 3 hours of therapy for Icarus and Sugar each day. Actually, 3 hours of therapy for Icarus. An hour and a half for Sugar.
Boy was extra traumatized. Okay.
You paid for the really good.
I did.
I'm already like putting together the treatment plan, Magpie. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be fine, sis.
I'll play it. No.
The therapy is just like spending time looking at like emojis and memes of like nails, like yes. And I see, but I pretend not to see.
Just scroll and then like scrolling through like r/wholesome memes or something.
Yes, exactly.
Anybody got anything they want to? Again, the ball's in your court. So if there's anything that you're doing during the downtime, and you're not having to go to therapy or anything, great. If not, then we'll just move past the days, and then you'll tell me what you want to do beyond that point.
Okay, one last thing, I'm buying a gun. And that's it.
Okay.
I'm good.
Is there any during this downtime, do I find out anything about the whole thing that Anna and I are working with?
Yeah. So what you'll note is Anna has set up a contingency. She will be moving out of Night City proper. She's actually going to be moving not too far out. She's still technically in Night City. She's just moving into a friend's estate who lives up in the hills. She offers to take your niece, but she says, it's probably safer that she's not anywhere near me. With them looking for me, not really looking for you yet. Also, with that, she explains that last she checked, it appears that Blue Eyes has been out of the city. She doesn't know where he's gone and doesn't want to press too hard as to where he might have gone for fear of kind of causing suspicion in the court.
Okay. I would just like communicate with her that I'm working on the situation,
Okay.
and I'd probably just leave it at that.
Sounds good. Sludge.
Mm. Okay, if I buy the Magnum Opus Hellbringer, which is a very heavy pistol, which is like what's recommended for my class,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
does the quality go up?
Now, what it isn't is it's not a Nova Model 757 City Hunter, but I guess if you wanted to pick that gun, you could. If you look inside of the descriptions of the weapons, the Magnum Opus Hellbringer kind of explains, like, if there are any changes to it, what those would be. A Magnum Opus Hellbringer has.
Oh shit, it's exotic. Does that mean I can't buy it?
It means you'd have to talk to Zigzag, and Zigzag would have to make a roll. It deals 5d6 damage with a single shot, but if fired by a user without body 10 or higher, weapon jams after each shot. Unjamming the Hellbringer requires an action to reverse the malfunction before it can be used again.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
You know what gun doesn't jam?
What's it
Nova
called?
Model 757 City Hunter.
Why are they trying to push the very heavy pistol on the Netrunner?
It's the biggest damage you can do.
Yeah, but like, I'm a little bitch. I can't be like lugging around a giant. Okay, I think the Nova Model 757 is gonna be okay. It's an exotic.
Nova Model City Hunter, coolest.
Hey, Zigzag. I'm trying to get a gun.
Okay, there is a big wide spectrum of different type of guns that you want.
Yeah, I'm looking at something real specific.
Of course you
I
are.
heard from another Netrunner that the Nova Model 757 City Hunter is a good option, but it's hard to find. Do you think you could put out some feelers?
I believe so, but I will let you know that the movement of the weapons on the street is not as fluid as it once was.
Understood.
Are you sure? There's quite the cost associated, but I'm happy to reach out to my contact. No,
I've come into a bit of cash, so I should be good for it.
then I will make the call. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
reach
if
back
it's
out.
not possible, I can always. If it's not possible, I can always stick with the old reliable, and it's like this big pink, like massive pink, uh, handgun, pistol with like what did we? It's good night meow meow on it.
Good night, meow
Oh,
meow.
yeah.
Uh,
Go ahead and make a roll.
You want streetwise again?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ooh.
So if you're searching outside of, because you said you were searching.
No, I'm calling that guy specifically. I told him that I'm getting my.
Then that
I'm
changes
so
everything.
sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance. I've got a guy who said all of my gun sales are going through him.
Yeah.
I'm putting it into him first.
Just had to make sure you said
Yeah.
it, not me.
100%. No, I'm not searching. I am just
Okay.
calling my guy. He's my guy for the month, and if he's
Not-
got it, he's got it. If not, he's got another handgun, I'm sure.
Roll not required. If you give him a text, he says, "Yeah, I've got one actually on hand. I've actually got a pair. I can sell you one. I've only got 3 mags of ammunition for it. The ammunition is actually harder to find than these guns."
God. Down to the thing. You set me up.
And he says, "I've got 3 mags of regular. I've got 5 mags of smart."
I imagine this like Sugar approached me at my office to have the conversation, and I'm having the text, so I read the text out loud.
Pair of city hunters. 3.
Well, I don't.
Good.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say 2 pairs of or a pair of city hunters, so 2 of the gun, and then 3 magazines of regular ammunition and 5 smart ammunition.
Well, look, I don't plan on getting into a gunfight anytime soon. I just want to be very prepared. So I don't need a whole cache of ammo. I think this will be enough to get me through for quite a while.
So you want to talk?
I want one of the guns. I don't need 2 unless you want to get the other one for you, for someone else.
Nah, Titania sends this one. He pulls out the Valorian, pops it away.
And then I will take 2 and 2 of the ammo.
Shoots it back, 1 gun, 2.
Real quick note: do you have interface plugs as a?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can plug into a smart gun and shoot it through its smart gun link, so actuating it through your eyes for targeting and the like. Now, the way that smart gun ammunition works, just so you understand, double checking. So, a smart gun link, when you're making range attacks with it, you'll have a +1 to your check. Okay. And trying to find the ammo. My brain. Ammunition. Smart ammunition. Targeting scope cyberware is required in order to make use of smart ammunition. When fired by a user without targeting scope cyberware, so in your eyes, smart ammunition won't even fire when the trigger is pulled. So you can't shoot smart ammunition if you don't have a targeting scope in your eye. However, when using this ammunition, whenever you miss a shot by 4 or less when using the weapon's single shot fire mode, your missed shot immediately has a second chance to hit your target. The second chance to hit is made by rolling the exact same shot, DV. So basically, you have advantage. And except that you add 10 to the D10 instead of anything you would normally add for the smart gun second shot.
Okay, so do I need any kind of upgrade besides the Neuralink to be able to use the gun?
So you need a targeting scope in your eyeball. At least one eyeball.
To use the gun at all?
To use a gun with smart ammunition.
Okay.
If you load it with regular ammunition, it's just a gun. However, you do gain the benefit of linking to it, so you'll get a +1 to your attack rolls while shooting it, because you interface plugs.
Okay, give me one sec.
To gain the benefit of smart ammunition, you need a targeting scope.
All right, I am going to... Fuck, okay. Okay, so just the gun and just 4 of the regular ammunition.
3 of the regular
There's only
ammunition.
3.
Okay, then I'll take that.
Okay.
You have 3 clips, so 18 times the 18 times 3, and then the gun, since you went with basic ammunition, 10 rounds of basic, for a normal weapon is 10 eddies, so it is a total of 30 eddies for the ammunition. But he's selling it at the 5 times premium, so 100 and sorry, I don't know how to do math. Whatever I said, so 30 times 5. That's the number for the gun for the bullets, and then the pistol is 500. Right?
30 times 5.
No, pistol's 1,000. So yeah, 30 times 5.
That's 150.
Yeah, 150 plus
I'll-
1,000. So
I'll take it.
1150. Cool. Zigzag comes back after a very short kind of trip out, not too far from here, and pops back in with a brand spanking new looking Nova Model 757 City Hunter. I don't know if this reference is going to track since I am amazingly old, but do you remember those old laser tag guns that had like the plastic shells and they looked like they were from like the 70s/80s? And you had one even though you were raised in like the late 80s, early 90s, like me, like everyone was, because of course everyone is as old as I am. And you just remember how like there was like a certain kind of like strangeness to the plastic. Well, the same's true of the casing on this. Did you have a Super Nintendo? Or how that Super Nintendo's casing kind of became like a weird yellow color? That. It's just, it's old. It is like 25 years old. But it's pristine other than slight discoloration due to aging. The polymer exterior. Okay. And everyone's got their purchases done, right? Okay. So
Yes.
again, I'm just wanting to make sure, like I want to make sure it's clear like what's on the table here. I don't want anyone to like,
Yeah, there's something that I want to do separate from everyone else, like at a point that first day when everybody has left
Yeah.
his office. I'm gonna make a phone call to Bagger.
Okay.
Answer.
Yes.
Bonjour, mon ami. It has been quite some time.
Yeah.
You still in the city?
Yep.
I have a job that I'm needing you to assist me with, if that is possible.
Sure.
There's a couple. He needs an assistance out on Morrow Rock. Needs someone to meet him there with a job opportunity. If I arrange this, are you willing to meet him?
What's the pay like?
I do not have the specifics on the job, but I am happy to hear what you do and compensate you well for it. You know my usuals.
Yeah. And I was hoping for up front, but um
Here, I can give you one up front. The rest will come from what he asks of you, no?
that's more than fair, Zigzag.
It has been some time. I'm sure you could use it, no?
Yeah. That's right. For sure. And he says, "Yeah, I'm on it. Just send over the details via text once they come through. I'll do whatever."
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I transfer 1,000 to him,
Okay.
and Blue Eyes didn't give me. Did he give me a specific time, place?
4.
Meaning he needed someone to do workout on Morrow Rock, do something there, and
No.
that's
He
okay.
gave you he gave you a number, a burner number that he has that you can call him on.
Okay, so now that I know Bagger is in, I will call him.
You hear
That's
kind
what I
of
thought.
like a rumbling sound kind of coming from it, coming from the phone when it picks up, and he says, "Yeah,
I have someone to do the job
great. They'll be there
whenever you need them.
whenever you got."
Yes, they
I'm
can be there now.
Yeah, I'm out of the city, so my associate will handle it. Okay,
They should be there within the hour.
mine too. Great. Click.
Okay. I send Bagger. You'll be meeting an associate on Morrow Rock.
Get there as soon as you can.
Get there as soon as you can. Ask if he needs transportation across the water.
Got it.
If he does, I'll try and make that arrangement for him. If he has a boat or a jet ski or something
Mhm.
to get himself there, he
Or
knows how
worst
to get
case-
himself there.
Worst case scenario is you can call Calvin and have him do it.
Right.
Yeah, since by this point he'd probably be back. Okay. Anything else that you want to do in the midstream?
No, that was the big thing, is I wanted to get Bagger out to. I guess we could do some recon on this stuff down here.
Okay.
I guess just because I don't know a lot about it out of character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the drug we think is being made somewhere in the landfill,
hmm
but I guess does it have any sort of enclosure, any sort of its security? Like, is there a big fence around the fucking thing,
There's
or
no
is it
fence.
just
It's
is it just an open territory so
Open
anyone
territory.
can approach it from any side? Is it monitored at all?
No, but there are some main thoroughfares that lead into it where dumping kind of takes place primarily. This
Okay.
changes every so often. Just so you understand, too, like the nature of this kind of topography, this is what appears to be a dam.
Hmm.
Okay, where the old place is located used to be a lake, and they filled it out with trash. So
Oh.
it's not just looking down into a waste, because that's not what's happening.
Mhm.
You're actually looking up into the waste, but it's so deep that it fills out the entirety of the lake. What that means is some of the trash is semi-pliable and easily manipulated. So it could be the case that if they have a hidden like layer in this place, it could be built into the dump. So there are like shipping
wouldn't-
containers. There's like industrial containers, industrial waste.
Just
Plenty-
flat pieces of sheet metal could easily be
Yep.
put into place.
Plenty of material out there for people who have the time and the wherewithal to just build.
Some Fallout bullshit right there.
We got it all, baby. You want your Mad Max? We hit the road. You want your Blade Runner? We got Night City. You want Fallout? Okay, well, we got a whole ass region for it. Two of them, actually. I mean, the center of the city is blown out with actual Fallout. Like, okay. So, how would you like to do your scouting?
That's a good question.
All right.
I have a week of all of this
Yep.
therapy.
Baker's and Sugar are currently down. That's right.
So I would actually, can I consult with Stryker? Do you have any ideas on how we could try and look for any regular access points that don't look like dumps? Because this is a large area to try and cover.
Oh
Could you
man.
put together like a little like video recording system? Maybe we could see if we could track the same trucks moving in and out on a schedule over the course of a week. If we
I'm
thought to
going
track like license plates or something.
I'm go with I'm gonna say probably yes, John.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely, if you can afford it, you can definitely get like optical,
So all we need, all I would want, like I'm imagining there's only certain like roads that trucks that are going to move lace in and out of this place can actually drive across. So the important thing would be seeing if we could track like the same trucks moving in and out that don't look like they're trafficking refuse, like moving through the same ports on a schedule. You know what I mean? If we see the same 3 trucks or 3 vans or like, 3 small cars even that don't look like they would be doing that. And if we track those over the course of a week, put that data together and see if there's like even an access point that after that week of therapy is done, our team can watch, track one of those back together and like
absolutely.
Yeah, I could probably I imagine with like a day or two, I could probably put together a system like that.
Okay, so looking at the situation kind of visually, you know that main entrance point is just over on, I believe, the 16, which is pretty isolated. It's kind of a just deadbeat road over by the you know the hills that kind of break off the Badlands from the city proper. And the Sunset Hotel is basically, if it's the strangest hotel ever in that it's on the outskirts of Night City. So if you were coming into Night City, it's literally maybe 20, 30 more minutes before you kind of get into Santo Domingo, and then are actually in the city proper. So it's pointless if you're coming here and we're wanting to stop. And if you're leaving Night City, you're probably not going to stop 30 minutes outside of the city, you know? So its positioning is absolutely hilariously bad. Like, why would you ever go there, right? But you are not aware of it ever having been shut down. And for as long as you can remember, Zigzag, it's been open. And you don't know for certain, but you are pretty aware that it's probably a front of some sort. But it's right near the entrance, which is the point I was trying to make. It could also be the case that there's other connection points, maybe some kind of worked passageways that kind of make their way in and about the area through a different vector. But if you were wanting to check out the primary entrance and surveil the trucks that are entering, the Sunset Hotel is not a bad place to kind of start.
how much would it cost to rent a room that's facing that direction for a week?
There's no information on the local nets about renting a room there. You'd have to go, it seems.
Okay. If Stryker is willing to come with me, I'll have Calvin drive us out there.
Drive you in a vehicle of your choosing. What vehicle do you want to go out in?
I'm taking the AV.
Okay. Perfectly fine. Make a streetwise roll. Just want to make sure you're aware. Zigzag is much more kind of cognizant of the optics. You're going to be flying a very nice looking AV to a shitty hotel on the outskirts of the
Yeah,
city.
I guess that makes sense. We should probably take the truck. I'm always thinking speed, but
Okay.
yeah, no, we'll take the truck. It's
Okay.
not far.
Just want to make sure, like, again, that
Yeah. You're right. That's how Zigzag would think, not how
I do
we,
like
the
you.
players, thinking.
I do
I have this beautiful flying car. I want to fly it around places.
I do like you having AV. I don't want to have to steal it from you. Because that literally was what was going to happen. I'm being extremely kind.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, truck.
That's fair.
Anyone going out with you besides Stryker and obviously Calvin?
I don't imagine Zigzag would ask anyone else to go with
As
him.
recovery, correct. Okay, yeah, you drive out there. This would probably be like, end of day one. When you get out there, it is very much just like a stucco building with kind of multi-layer. It's like it's 2 level. And they've got those kind of just like really cringe-inducing kind of like pillar structure with the exterior stairs. You can see the room entrances on the outside. You've seen this hotel in your mind's eye, I believe. And it does look like there's kind of a large section on the second floor, top right, when you're looking at it, that appears to have a bar, the Sunset Hotel bar. There are a couple cars in the parking lot. One grouping of cars does seem to kind of draw your eye as you're kind of pulling into the space, kind of later in the day. It looks like there are 3 kind of very armored vehicles that are kind of, I would say, very akin to like a Honda Civic, but with like armor plating. It also looks like they have like up boosted kind of, like intake and my brain is not a car guy. It looks like they're speedy and possibly like desert ready. And Calvin would note that he says it looks like they've got wraith markings on them. You should be cautious. Pull up, keeping your distance, get out. Calvin, as he's kind of getting out, you see him kind of take his jacket. Actually, I don't know what Dave would do, so he's just going to sit in the car.
Yeah, I would actually tell him to stay in the car and
Yep.
keep the engine running.
It's fine. And you go in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Approach the counter.
Go ahead, Tris.
I say, yeah, I'm right behind him.
Okay. You enter in. You see that there's a staircase that leads up to the bar inside of the hotel as well. A middle-aged to late-aged woman kind of looks at you as you enter and says, "Welcome to the Sunset. How can I help you? You looking for a room?" And when she says that, you notice a very kind of specific tell, Zigzag. It seems like room might be code for something else.
Would I know what that is? What the other?
Could mean a lot of things, but you're not really getting a vibe from what she said.
That is what my associate and I were looking for. Yes.
Okay. Real quick, I do want to put out a notice here. This kind of content warning. This can go one of 2 ways, and I just want to make sure I'm vibe check. 6th Street is kind of a fucked up gang, as we've discussed. They do deal in trafficking. This is a very kind of triggering subject matter, so I do want to put it out before the group before I start bringing up topics. If it is, I can just switch hit to something else that's illicit and not as bad. So, real quick note, if it does get to a point where at any point during this, just let me know and I will stop and I will rewind, okay? So she says a room and kind of like suggestively states it. That said, Zigzag, how did you say you responded?
Yes. For my associate and I, we're looking for a place for some time.
Are you wanting to stay in the same room or would you like your own separate rooms? We are absolutely okay with family style.
That would depend on the size of the rooms, no?
Wait. Um. Yeah. I guess it would. She says, kind of confused, and you see her kind of like looks like she was pulling something from behind the counter that was like a pamphlet or something, and then slowly is putting it back underneath the counter. Just one room for the night, then, Hans. If that's so, it's going to be 80 eddies, and she puts a key out onto the table.
And if we were interested in other entertainment,
Like, what are you saying? Did
there's
did Brickyard fuck up again? What do you think you're here for?
sorry,
Somewhere
I
to sleep.
just was looking for a room for the week and perhaps some lace, but that's this is not the
Okay.
place for the questions to ask. It helps with the loosening, if you understand,
Well,
when we're together.
no
No,
worries. We just have a lot of folks coming out here from, corpo shit, and also people coming out here who are NCPD asking questions, Lots of questions. We've got lace, no problem. Sorry. Did you talk to a guy named Brickyard?
no, should I?
No. If you didn't talk to Brickyard, you didn't talk to Brickyard. There's no should. Okay, well, if you're interested about talking to Brickyard, I guess you can. He's in Santo Domingo down on 6, right on the corner of 6 and Jackson. If you're just wanting a room in some place, no problem. Yeah, we've got lace here. Absolutely fine. Great. And she hands you a key, and she hands you a small little baggie, which appears to have 2 typos or inhalers.
When we go to the room, is it on the right side?
No, it's not in. It's not a part of the building. Actually, the room that she's assigned you is kind of off the building a bit. It's like 4 little buildings that are kind of almost interconnected, and but not. And it looks like they each have their own kind of air units on the side and all this other stuff. But there's like 4 rooms that are kind of dependent on their own.
So room doesn't get us a view of the entranceway.
To this place, no. But to the place you're looking at, yes.
The jump yard. Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
Yeah, if you look at the sunset, you see how there's like kind of like an entry road that kind of winds up? That spot in front's the parking lot, and then that's the
Okay.
sunset proper, right? There's also a gas station like kind of right there. The houses that she's just put you in are kind of like over here, and the one that you're being put in is kind of like on the westernmost side. So yeah, there's a window. It's got a lot of bars and also metal grating on it, but you can definitely work it so that there's a camera pointing at the entryway to the junkyard.
Perfect. I also want to get this lace tested to
When you
see
pull
if it
them out,
is.
You do notice that they are kind of grungy, I guess would be the best way to say it.
Yeah.
And you would notice too that they have a marking on them. It's kind of faded a bit, like the pen or the ink is kind of chipped. But it looks like the number 6 with wings kind of attached to the lower portion of it.
And sorry, I didn't write it down. I should have. What was the name that she said in the lobby? The
Brick-
person I shouldn't talk to?
Brickyard.
Brickyard, thank you.
Yeah.
Brickyard it was on 6th and Jackson, was it?
6th and Jackson. Yep. That'd be the north side of 6th Street.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically that simple, but all the paint's faded except for the number 6 and the little wings.
Okay.
So what's the plan? Just take turns watching out, see what's going on.
I was hoping you could perhaps set up some equipment here to monitor the situation, no?
That shouldn't be a problem.
Of course. Let me know if you need reimbursement, of course.
I assumed it was just all part of the job.
Yeah,
You
I'll
going to
leave Striker to set up whatever needs to set up.
you going to the bar?
Yeah.
You would see that there's a couple people outside smoking cigarettes. It looks like they're wearing military uniforms, like NUSA military uniforms. All of them have kind of like a blue like band around their arms that has the 6th Street logo on it. That I just showed you there. And from what you can tell, like you probably have an education stat, right? It looks like they are people who were kind of in the military back in like the 2020s. So they're kind of in their, 40s now. So they're kind of a little bit older folk. And it does look like they have quite a bit of cybernetics to them as well, like military kind of armor or cybernetics. They don't bug you as you kind of walk in, though. And looks like the place is kind of filled out with them, you know, men and women, and NBs, kind of all just in the same kind of outfits, looking kind of dumb. There are some people who are kind of not the same, but they look like yokels, I guess is the best way to kind of describe it. They look like they're just people who would live in the suburbs of a city as big as Night City is.
Zigzag walks up to the bar. I'll take 2, please.
All right.
Wait.
The guy goes, all right. Sets 2 beers out.
Pounds one hard, puts it back down on the bar, grabs the second one. Thank you much.
Yep.
Leans back on the bar, takes a little sip.
Guy next to you kind of looks over at you and says, based on your fancy looking suit, I wasn't expecting that.
Nah, these fucking threads. You gotta visit family, you know?
Someone died?
Nah, I mean, depends on how you look at it. See,
It's Night City. Someone's always dying, right?
Well, he got married, so a part of him died.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Is
Sad
Striker
to
there
see.
with you?
No,
Okay.
sad to see partner go like that, you know.
Yep.
So, what brings you out here to these parts?
That's where we hang. Name's Chuck. What brings you out to these parts?
Like I said, at a wedding.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Heading back out then?
Well, not for a few nights, I think. Might as well enjoy the vacation before I gotta head out of town, you know.
Makes sense.
So,
Name's Chuck,
you
by the
know,
way.
yeah,
Like-
of course. Sorry, Barry.
Okay.
And tell me, Chuck, you from you know you got any connections in this here town?
We run with 6th Street. I mean, don't mean to catch you up on your toes or anything. We're usually pretty nice folk, but
Hey, I ain't one to claim I'm all up there. You know, feel free to hold my hand.
fair enough. Well, in Night City, Santo Domingo is kind of run by us folk. 6th Street. We do what we can to keep it nice and respectable, like. And yeah, you seem to be fine.
You got more of your folks out there. Is that
Kind of
them
gestures.
bands?
Yep, 6th Street gang.
I seen the number. I can put that much together. I know my numbers.
Seems smart enough.
Of course. I mean, I'm about to finish this one. Finishes it down, puts it down. Can we take him out or
The bar keeps us. Yeah, whole property's fine.
perfect?
Where the fuck are you from? Says the barkeep. Like, that was a weird question to ask.
Brother, I've been from a lot of different parts. Most recently out in Arizona area.
All right. Oh, hey. Okay. Cool. Um,
You smoke? He
The-
offers the bartender and points at both of them.
you see the barkeep kind of like shake his head and kind of move away, and Chuck says, "Yeah, go out and talk to my friends here."
Of course.
And takes a cigarette and walks out. There's three more guys. Um, yeah, one of the guys is darker complexion. Looks like he has kind of cyberware that's been kind of set up to kind of form what is basically replacement grafting. A lot of body sculpting is kind of present here from what you can tell, to kind of like, apparently he must have had some, serious injuries back in the fourth corporate war. And nice enough fellow. Chuck says, this is Bill. Points over at another guy. Steve points at another guy. Hank. Bill kind of looks at you. What's your name?
Barry.
Hey, Barry. I'm assuming you're some sort of city folk that Chuck's trying to finesse into maybe go into his room. And Chuck says, shut the fuck up, man.
Well, he ain't got me there yet, fellas.
The Bill kind of says, well, that's not really something I partake in. Chuck's walks his own path.
That's fair. I've seen better paths walked than Chuck's.
A couple of the guys go, yep, that's right. Behind. Chuck doesn't seem too bothered by it. He's like, nothing by it. I'm not. That what they're saying is bullshit. And Bill says, yeah, okay. Called out on it. Now you're backing away. All right. Chuck shakes his head, kind of like slightly embarrassed, kind of moves away from the group, smoking a cigarette. But Bill kind of leans in and says, if memory serves, I've seen you before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Whereabouts you done see me?
Well, shiny, crisp suit like that. Really nice looking hair. Sure do remind me of a fellow I met back quite a while ago.
To be fair, my family ain't has been in this town for a while now. I've been in and out for the last decade, so
So you don't frequent South Night City at all?
I wouldn't say frequent, but I've been there before. Maybe not in the last couple of years.
You remind me of a guy named Grease.
Greece?
Wore similar kind of fancy suits. Hair was probably different, but it's been a while yet.
I mean, maybe I've done a lot of things in this here city with a lot of fellas, if you hear me.
Mm. So, this guy kind of looks like familiar to you. Roll a just a D10.
6.
Okay. So you would know that 6th Street gang members are sometimes brought into South Night City, and were brought into South Night City a bit by Greece, up until a point when the Valentinos basically stopped that shit because they were trying to overstay their welcome. So that was probably maybe like 2 years ago, give or take. And you're pretty sure you remember a guy named Bill, kind of oft mentioned because you were a bit more into the wetter of works back then. And you're pretty sure Bill is a hitter, a solo. But again, this is information that's just clocking in the back of your head while the conversation's going.
Right.
He kind of loses interest with you when you don't really kind of like appear shocked when he tries to call you out on something that he thought he had you on because you're not Grease. And so he just kind of goes back to the group, and the group kind of loses interest, but they do banter with you if you know, if you have any other questions for them, any of them in particular, you can ask them, but they don't really seem to be like coming for you or anything, trying to get information out of you.
No, I mean, good for now.
Okay.
I've planted a persona here. That's
Sure.
all I really wanted to do. If I want to come back for more information later.
Striker back in the hotel. Go ahead and make a stealth roll.
Stealth roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's under.
Should be under awareness. No.
Technique.
Is it technique?
No, it's not there.
Body. It's under body. Okay. So this is basically you kind of like looking at the room, mapping it out, factoring in the fact that there's probably going to be people who try to come in here, cleaners or whatever. Even if you put a do not disturb sign, sometimes those things are ignored because people are really just trying to steal your shit. You know that setting up security here would be more suspicious than just trying to hide the thing. With that roll, you're able to kind of set up the camera in a position where it's not directly against the window, but it's at a position where you kind of value out the kind of lensing to be able to see through the window and see what you're trying to look at with like a zoom. But it's hidden away, kind of positioned up in a kind of recess that used to belong to a defensive cell. And it's probably not going to ever be checked because it's kind of old and rusted out.
Okay.
Mission accomplished on that front.
Once I get that set up, I'm going to.
Head back under the truck.
Yeah. There's no reason to stay around.
Okay. By this point, you would note that the wraiths that were out there have left. And you can see like a distance away, kind of up the 16. It looks like there's kind of like I'd say maybe like about this far out where the where it goes out to the divide. You do see that there's a kind of burning car out that way.
Okay. Was it like, were there, as far as I could tell, were people with it? Was it caused by something?
It's a distance away, and it's kind of gotten to that crisp kind of like evening time where you can kind of make out the silhouettes. Looks like there's 3 cars that look similar to the Wraith vehicles kind of around the burning car.
Well, I do have teleoptics in my eye.
Oh, okay, if you snap zoom on it, you see that there's the wraiths kind of getting out. It looks like they are in the process of assaulting what appear to be 3 individuals who were in the vehicle. And I'm going to leave the nature of the assault vague, but picture the worst that you can in your head. That's what's happening right now.
Bit of ultra violence.
A
How
good bit of
lovely.
the ultra violence. Yep.
How lovely.
Okay.
Yep, so
You hop into the car. You see Calvin go. Fucking psychos. Kind of under his breath. And you can see that in his lap is the autocannon command console, and he's just been sitting there with it.
you notice anything out here?
Assholes.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Zigzag almost done. Hit him a text. This shit's making me fucking itchy. And if you do shoot him a text, Zigzag, it's kind of like right when the conversation was getting boring anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine he finishes his drink and heads out.
Okay. Calvin does a bit of driving. Finesse, I would force him to roll, but I'm not going to since he's not here. And finesses it so that you leave, and kind of where you parked, you were never really seen. So he heads back into Night City. And from this point, Stryker, you have a direct connection with the camera with your agent. Basically, it's just a number that you need to call.
Okay.
And it puts you into a video call, hollow with it. Okay.
All right.
Over the course of the next few days, I'll kind of explain what you're seeing there. Icarus and Sugar, you rest up and get better. You did all your purchases, which would probably be spanned out through the entirety of the week. And I'm sure Sugar, as you're kind of like, dealing with the therapy issues, same with Icarus, you're probably putting these tasks forward to Zigzag, who's actually getting these deals done. And that's for even the mundane stuff that you purchased. But yeah, I think with what we've got here, that's a pretty sufficient stopping point. I will note, though, the hook for the Sunset Hotel kind of positioning there. I would say about 6 days into the duration, so like maybe one more day of therapy and then it's time. You would have noticed that exactly twice, you've seen a dump truck leave the place, and instead of driving into the city with an empty truck, it appeared to have been still full and headed towards the Sunset Hotel. Where it went beyond that, because of the nature of the zoom that you have, you don't know. But when it came out, instead of turning left towards Night City, it turned right, as if it was heading out of Night City. And it appeared to have a load in it. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll act on that next session, and we will get as much information, kind of gathered before that next session, and start the planning process for what you're planning to do here. Thanks for watching, those that did. I know we're stopping a little early, but we're down a couple folks, and I don't want to get too into the possible murder without the opportunity to murder them. I want to spread the murder.
Equal opportunity homicide.
See you next Tuesday.